What's up, Trad Nation?
This is Breaking Trad.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Breaking Trad. I'm Alan.
And I'm Matt.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Brittany.
Well, you noticed you can tell in the sounds of our voice. Well, the two gentlemen anyways. The enthusiasm is still much alive, and we are feeling 100% better. But
It's cutting us down.
what's up with the glasses?
These lights are bright. They're hurting my eyeballs.
Just because we sit out there in the dark all day.
I was going to call you George Thorogood. Wasn't he the one?
Hmm?
Where my sunglasses at?
Oh,
Wasn't it Thurgood?
could have been- when you said was she the one? I thought you meant Highlander. There can be only one.
Okay. Well, forgive me if... Guys, come on, man. What are you doing?
Forgive me if we have replaced Alan with a robot.
Huh?
You just wait.
Why does it seem so much like not intimate as the old studio did? Does it seem that way to you guys? Or are
'Cause
we
we're
just
not
sitting
close.
yeah, we're just not.
Like, we're just not close anymore.
It's okay. We still got room to move around.
I got
Mhm.
plenty.
I think
like, I don't
we're
even
just
think I'd
tired
get in your
from everything we've been doing.
Kind of.
Yeah, just a little
Maybe
bit.
you're in my space.
It's a much bigger table.
Your
We're
arms
further
are long.
apart, away from each other.
I don't know if I can reach Amanda.
I feel like my spot got smaller.
My
I
spot got-
lost space.
Even
I
with
got a
the
crap end of the
refrigerator
scale. Yeah.
not there behind you.
No, I feel like there was more space.
Yeah, there was. Because the
I
table
have-
looks like it needs to go that
I'm
way a
real
little
like
bit.
Uh-huh.
up against the wall.
I had no space in the shop.
I think
And I
Brittany
got-
has Amanda's space.
Oh.
Oh, guitar.
Holy crap. I got it. I got
All
it.
right.
Hi, Ding Tor.
Well, you guys ready for this one? I'm pretty stoked. I mean, I wouldn't say like overly enthusiastic, but did a little research this week and put a show together. I wanted us to have something to talk about, and we are going to try today on this podcast to answer the age-old question: is Robin Hood real or not real?
That age-old question.
That is the
I
question.
keep slapping the table. I'm sure that's going to come through real well.
Oh yeah, it should pop real nice.
No, the season's coming to the end, and last season, towards the end of the season, we did a quick clip into the life of Howard Hill. Now,
Mhm.
Robin Hood is definitely more famous as the years go. You know, as far as being what earliest tale, something 1300s, something like that. But you know, Howard Hill was a real gentleman, so we're gonna stick with the historical, the famous. And here we go. Brittany, you going to read us out?
Yes.
Don't start at the top because that was all the stuff that I was supposed to say and chose to just wing it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're going to start from the second little paragraph thingy there.
Aha.
Okay.
You sure?
It's entirely up to you. If you want to do that, you can.
The man in green. The hooded avenger we all know as Robin Hood.
Oh yeah, see, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, so I should have.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
So how are you going to stop me when it's time? Are you going to go?
It's just going to be one of those
He's
that
just gonna interrupt you.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
We're just going to talk about what you just said.
Aha.
We're going to interrupt.
You know,
Got it. All right.
like conversation.
where
Not
you
like
speak,
I'm reading a book.
you speak, and then we speak.
I'm gonna be the narrator.
Yep.
All
yep.
right. I was on the book club, like that goes around to talk to the little kids when I was in elementary school. You know,
I
read-
just
Wait.
I just
read
talked to
them
the other
books and
kids.
did little puppet shows.
Before we get started, I just want to. We were talking earlier about what we were eating for dinner, and instead of saying you had some chicken, you said I ate a part of a chicken.
I ate a part of a chicken.
Mhm.
So she's ready to go, full and got all the protein and ready to run.
Okay,
So you were saying you were in elementary school and you read to other kids?
I did. That happened.
I don't know. I'm
I
confused.
think I was
I'm
on
lost
the
now.
puppet team. I don't know what you called it. I don't
Puppet
remember.
team.
You read books to the
Kinda
to
school
the
did you
go to?
underclass people, and
While having a sock on your hand or something.
no, they weren't those kinds of puppets, but they were puppets.
Okay.
Hmm.
Like the little
Do you know what I'm talking about?
the
I
dookie dookie doo doo.
faintly remember this.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Book club. You had to read to the other kids. There was puppets. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, wasn't there a puppet box
Were there-
in the
were there
library?
mushroom-
In like the old library, not the new library, but when all the books were in the
Were
like,
mushrooms involved?
No,
Okay.
No, I think they actually.
there was.
got
Yeah.
to-
Miss Davis.
Yeah.
No,
Sixth
see, I
grade Miss
think
Davis.
you got to
was
ride
the-
on that special
yes,
bus
part of
too.
And she
as part
had
of
all
that,
the
right?
creepy puppets in her room. Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm related to her actually.
I remember this.
Okay,
She's not lying to you.
it's a true thing. It happened.
All right. So you say Robin Hood.
Okay. So the earliest primary source for the Robin Hood story lived on 3 tattered manuscripts dating from around 1500. They're now in the archives of the University of Cambridge, but they even speak of events earlier. These manuscripts don't mention some of the better known parts of the story we all know, like his love interest Maid Marian and other companion Friar Tuck.
You might want to worded that one different. And his other companion,
Well,
and also his friend, Friar Tuck.
all right.
You never
And
know,
and I'm
right?
glad that there wasn't an auto. You said it the other night. You said something about an
Yes.
autocorrect with Friar Tuck.
Yeah, I'm just glad she made it through Friar Tuck because I.
It would have said tire. No, just- go ahead. All right, continue. Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
There's.
I was just letting you know your order's taking longer than expected. They'll be here as soon as they can.
Of course it will.
They don't appear for another. Okay, hold on.
And other companion Friar Tuck.
Yeah, Friar Tuck. They don't appear for another 100 years or so, but they do describe events dating to the 1300s during the reign of King Edward II, detailing activities of an outlaw group moving from Barnesdale in Yorkshire to Nottingham, apparently accompanied by a young and gifted poet.
Oh,
Is that
young
the
and what?
rooster? Is that the rooster?
Young gifted poet.
Aw.
Is that the rooster?
Are you talking about from the cartoon?
Yeah. Is that the poet?
You're talking about the one who played the little ukulele?
How's the song go? How does it go?
I don't
Speaking of
remember.
shrooms, was he the rooster man?
I can't even hear. Like I can't hear myself. I'm like I don't even know. Now
You
I
can't
can.
hear yourself for real?
Yeah. Now I can. I
Oh,
just
okay.
like have to like.
Eat that microphone. No, Alan. No, Alan.
No, what?
Just come back to Earth, okay?
So, yeah,
They moved from Barnesdale.
they were traveling
Yeah.
from Yorkshire.
to Nottingham. Nottingham. Okay.
But he was a cutthroat. Yeah, he was a cutthroat.
The earliest Robin Hood is more of a cutthroat.
Wow.
The earliest one.
Okay.
One tale of him.
That was before he got with Friar Tuck. He's less of a cutthroat. He's more in touch with his feminine side.
One tale has him cutting off the head of his enemy, Guy of
Yeah, see, this was hard for me.
Gisorn, and
Gisorn?
sticking it on his bow.
Yeah. So I can only imagine it was like from the tip of the bow in like this.
Like, I shall get you with my
No,
bow.
like the head was sitting. So okay, so this is what I was a little not necessarily confused about this.
Okay.
Gifted poet presented by Amanda Gray.
That's right. So it wouldn't work if it was like on the string and on the top of the bow unless he wasn't using it at the time.
It depends. Maybe he had a stick sticking off the front and it was kind of like a stabilizer situation with the head.
Maybe
Uh-huh.
that was his trophy that says, I am the bowman.
The boat man.
Yeah, like he's the it, and he doesn't need to use his bow anymore because everybody stays away from him. He's at the door. Scared me.
Oh goodness.
Tall, creepy
I
guy.
thought it looked like Michael Myers or something. I was like, oh.
So the earliest was a cutthroat.
The earlier one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We're ready. Okay. Over the years, just like every story, certain aspects have been over exaggerated and romanticized. But further text that plays into the following centuries cemented the legend and added King John and Richard the Lionheart into the mix, nailing Robin Hood's legend to real events, time, and develops the theme of the people's hero.
So I wish I would have like did a little blah, blah, blah. I wish I would have did a little more research with King John and Richard the Lionheart, just to kind of understand what role they played in history, so that we could kind of better get a grip on the legitimacy of
Is that a
Robin Hood.
crispy grip?
Right.
Yep.
I think I'm having a kidney stone. Hold.
Brittany's going down.
It's probably the power from the Samsung you haven't felt.
Maybe part of that chicken. I don't know.
It's a chicken bone.
Oh. I'm gonna.
That
break
was
out in
real.
the sweat. Yeah.
That was real.
Yeah. I'm. The sweat's coming. I can feel it. I'm getting clammy.
Perspirating.
Okay. It's not stopping. It's just gonna have to power through. It okay. In 1510, King Henry VIII dressed up as Robin Hood and his courtier dressed as his merry men. At the end of the century, Shakespeare referred to Robin Hood and his tale in at least 4 of his plays. It didn't stop there, of course, but most of what we know of Robin Hood is that in the modern era, the king, patriotic and romantic hero, is owed to Sir Walter Scott's 1819 novel, Ivanhoe. You just couldn't do it, huh?
You know, it's funny.
So
he was actually.
I laughed when I was reading this part, when I was texting and reading this part out. He was like, Ivanhoe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know who his wife was, right? Ivan and Ida.
Idaho.
Why did you say that?
Because it was funny.
For some of the listeners that didn't get it.
Yeah.
Ida. Ivan and Ida? Where's the funny in that?
Sir Scott.
Sir Scott was actually the one who came up with the splitting of the arrow.
So,
So it's called a Robin Hood, but now we can never call it that again. We have to call it Sir Scott.
An Ivanhoe.
Sir Scott. That's what we're going to have to call it, a Sir Scott.
I don't know, though, because you already have Prince Albert. I got a Sir Scott the other day. What is that?
Oh my god. Oh man.
Just saying, I mean,
Are the paint fumes still in this room or something?
it opens conversations,
And
I guess.
only like affecting the men.
Lord.
Okay.
All right.
Got me a Sir Scott.
All right.
All right, moving on.
Mm-hmm. So it's actually unclear from what I understand whether or not Robin Hood exists, but there are hints of historical events everywhere. Robert and its diminutive Robin was a common name in medieval England. A member of a criminal gang was recorded as Williamus Robehode. Robehod.
He was related to
Robehod.
Ivan and Ida,
All
right?
right.
Williamus Robehode. No, Hode would be with an E on the end.
Robahod.
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 I like Robahod. Sounds good. Williamus Robahod.
I think I'm going to name on.
As early as you don't. A member of a criminal gang was recorded as Williamus Robahod as early as 1262. A Robin Hood was found working as a royal servant in 1328.
The Hodes and the Ivanhoes are like
No. I bet
closely
you-
related.
That's probably female Robin working as that royal servant.
Huh? I can't.
Get past
figure it out.
Robin Hood.
Sorry.
A Robin Hood was found excitingly in the names of a list of archers sent to protect the Isle of Wight in 1338.
It's spelled ROBYNHOOD.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did you think I said it a different way?
Should we take a break?
No, we're good.
Brittany's breathing through it.
A scholar by the name of Joseph Hunter found evidence of a dew-well called Robert Hood later in the 14th century.
A goody two shoes. A do well. A do well.
Kind of like when two people sing together. I got it. Joseph Hunter found
a
evidence
duel.
of a duet called Robert Hood later in the 14th century, but some scholars also suggest that the name Robin Hood or Robhud was a generic name for a criminal. Whether or not based on a real person seems to still be up in the air.
So I made some notes here, and I'll let you read if you want to read.
Okay.
This is what I was thinking, and this is like in context to current day.
Well, I mean, if
guess.
it was your nose, why don't you read it?
Yeah, you read
You
it.
have a mic.
Sure.
I don't know if you know that.
Well,
Okay. Don't forget your headphones on.
Don't eat my food.
It won't be here for another 3 hours. You ordered from Paul.
Right.
all right. So, I believe personally it was a Negan situation.
Which one though? Negan Neagan, Negan Neagn, or Negan Negan?
Well, luckily for our listeners, they cannot see my spelling.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But
They can hear it.
so no, like The Walking Dead, Negan.
Yeah.
So when they were running around trying to find Negan, they would go to all these places and they would be like, "Where's Negan?" And those people was like, "We're Negan," and they were all Negan. They lived under that like belief that they were all that person because it was a community type deal. So when people are looking for Robin Hood, they're like, "Where's Robin Hood?" He's like, "Oh, I'm Robin Hood."
Right.
You know what I mean? All right, go ahead.
Have you seen Ida? The first indication of his life was in 1678. Unlike King Arthur, the Lee's complex Robin Hood,
So I'm gonna have a talk.
the
with you.
less complex Robin Hood, and probably the more popular was a leader of the oppressed, the king underdog. So whether he existed or what?
So evidently this didn't get looked through. So the first indication of his life in 1678, unlike King Arthur, the less complex Robin Hood, and probably the more popular was a leader of the oppressed, the king underdog. So whether he existed or not, his story leading a band of outlaws outside society with a longbow in his hand will likely persist forever.
Man, that was some crazy coming.
I know. I was like, man, there's like a come. Like he was just throwing them suckers out.
I didn't know if it was supposed to be read like I had a speech impediment or what.
Well, so I wrote it, and I had two people go through it to proofread me. And
Brittany
I guess
straight
this
said she did not look at the back of this.
Yeah, she didn't even know there was a pack.
No, well, it didn't print it. It didn't print as a back. It printed, or it was showing as two pieces in
No,
dots.
she probably didn't scroll down.
But yeah, no. So, does Robin Hood exist?
I mean, I'm sure he did in some form or fashion.
Well,
Or even if he was like a old wise tale, it was still like, you know what I'm saying? Like it existed in some way,
Well,
whether actually or
I'm talking about physically. Like I understand, like mythologically,
I
that's
don't know. She just turned into Joe Rogan.
what do you mean?
I mean, like the man.
like
Wait, what?
the physical or like, you know.
Well, I meant physically, like stealing from the rich, giving to the poor. Maybe he wasn't as good as he was supposed to be. But he was probably ruthless enough to live on. So the way I understand it is in that time, and of kings and queens and princes and princesses, they used to sing songs, and so the songs held a historical value. Like they were historical to a certain extent. They would just tell stories lyrically, about the past. And there were many, many songs about Robin Hood.
Why didn't you have them on a playlist ready for us to listen?
Right.
Well, I don't know that you can like get on Spotify or something. to
Opportunity
get on.
missed.
But
I mean, I did. I got the whistle stop. Just bam.
that was documented through Disney. You're more than capable of getting it offline. I don't know if I can get some old school history.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know.
surprised there's not like a Sherwoodify where you could pull it up.
Yeah.
I'm about to get on Spotify.
You're gonna try to like there once was a ship that sailed the sea. The name of the ship was the Billy of Tea. No, nothing like that. Nobody.
Meanwhile, back at the Target, Robin and the boys just split an arrow.
Sir Francis or Sir. What was his name? Sir Scott. All
Have you
right.
seen Robin? I don't know. He's probably off with Friar Tuck again.
There's a Robin Hood by Sleazy Easy.
Hmm.
I don't know if that has any historical value.
There's an explicit version.
All right, guys. Well, shows are running a little short. No guests. We do everything we can. We try to be entertaining. So I hope you enjoyed this show. Brittany has stepped out due to severe
She may
abdominal
be dying
pain.
right now. I need to go check on her.
But we're gonna call it a night. And thanks again for coming. And
Hey, do you think that, like, just a little show prep
Okay.
for the next episode, we could figure out if Prince Albert was a real man?
Well, I guess we can.
Was he
I will
truly a
go. I
prince?
will pull it up once we're done and just. I mean, I'm afraid to do that on my Google. So, but we'll do what we can. Maybe use Microsoft or something.
All right.
Anyhow.
Safe search on.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, again, thank you very much for listening to our show, and we hope to see you soon. One more, and it's the season finale.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, guys. Guys, we're glad you could join us for this week's episode of Breaking Trad. We hope you had as much fun as we did.
You can catch the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts.
You can contact us at breakingtradpodcast@gmail.com or on Facebook at BreakingTradAL and on Instagram at breaking_trad. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel.
Remember to subscribe and follow us. That way you'll get notifications every time we drop a new episode.
Join us next week, and remember,
Make every shot count.